All right, Super Bowl's over. We got to get back to it. Our 2025 NFL Draft Prospect Profiles, and this is one of my favorites personally. Deone Walker, nose tackle out of Kentucky. Came out of a huge year last year. Could have been a first-rounder this year. Still can be. Huge consensus that he could be. This is me from Twitter. If the Bears get the opportunity in 2025 draft to take one of these big boys, they absolutely have to take it. Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Tyleik Williams, Deone Walker. Throw in there Walter Nolan as well. He's not nearly as big. But the reason I want one of these massive big boys is the Bears really struggled last year against the run, and these big boys all know how to plug a hole. So Deone Walker was at the Senior Bowl, had a very impressive outing. A couple of mixed reviews on a couple of different things because like players like Willie Lampkin, one of the smallest linemen, the smallest lineman that was out there, stood him up a couple times. And that's because Deone Walker is so massively huge. 6'6", 345 pounds. We'll get to his actual measurements at the Senior Bowl. But all this footage, I'm not even going to show footage from the season. I'm just going to show Senior Bowl footage because so impressive. Huge motor, doesn't stop. Play after play after play. He could be a 3-down back even with his massive size. Good size arms. His wingspan is absolutely huge, so we can get in on every play. When somebody gets touched by him, he doesn't let him go. He's a Venus flytrap. He snaps down on him, plays over. He's got him. Problem is, and it's the one glaring weakness with his game that it's showed over and over again, with his height, he doesn't keep his pad level low enough. This is something that coaches at the next level will work on day in and day out. Every single day in practice, they will fix that for him. With his motor and his discipline, he was also a captain of Kentucky's football team. And by all reports, he is like very, very disciplined, very leadership qualities are off the charts, out of the roof. So the dude just screams that he could be a breakout star in the NFL. But a little bit of mixed bag results in his college tape because he got high too often, as exposed by Willie Lampkin at the Senior Bowl. 5'9", 5'10" lineman who stood him up because he got underneath his pad level. So if he can fix that pad level, he's going to be a beast. Now, most of these places have him as a mid-second rounder into the third rounds. I have him as an early second rounder into the end of the second round. So right in the sweet spot where the Bears will be picking their second and third picks at number 39 and 41. I would prefer to go with a Mason Graham, with a Walter Nolan, even a Kenneth Grant, Tyleik Williams. But if Deone Walker gets there, I think his potential is so high, he could be a first rounder with his potential, and that's what you see here with places like CBS. They're going off his potential. Draft Tech, they're going off his potential because the potential is off the roof. But if you look down here, 22 total pressures on 266 pass rushes. That's really solid for a nose tackle. Even better last year, 43 pressures on 377. That's less than 1 every 10. For a nose tackle, that's extremely beast. At that instance, you're not just swarming up the double teams, which is what you want your massive size nose tackle to do. You just want them to take the double teams. Then you're, let's say we get Josh Sweat. Okay, we're dreaming for a second. But let's say we don't. Okay, whatever. Your defensive ends, you got Montez Sweat on one side, you got your rookie on the other side, you got Austin Booker, you got whoever, and you got big Dex up the middle. Deone Walker will not go a play without being double-teamed. They will double-team him. Because if they don't, at 340 pounds, his massive size with his motor, he'll be in on every play. So it's not just a matter of him being good at tackling and stuffing the runs because he gets in there. If he's not double-teamed, he will be in on every play tackling and sacking and getting the pressures. If they do double-team him, that opens up the lanes for Gervon Dexter, Montez Sweat, and whoever the other defensive end is. So it's a huge advantage to be able to have a big guy like this that has the motor that he has. So they've got his 40 time as 5'1". I'd say that's, for defensive linemen, it's not always just about the 40. It's about their get off. It's about, how quickly they get off the line and how massive they are and how much their motor is. And Deone Walker has that motor. So here's what his measurements ended up coming in at the Senior Bowl. 6'7", so not 6'6", 6'7", 340 pounds with 10 and 3/4, 6'8" hands and 34 and 5/8 arms. So he's just a massive human being, but I like him a lot. I would be a huge fan if we ended up, say we trade down from 10. This is my ideal scenario. I keep saying to you guys, trade down from 10 and we pick up another second rounder. Say we trade down to 17 with the Bengals and we get in the early 50s there and Deion Walker's there. We've taken our, Walter Nolan or defensive end or whoever, a tackle. Say we take Tyler Booker at 17 and then we get, a running back and then we can pick up Deion Walker with that next pick, a defensive end, a running back. Oh, man, the options would be limitless. I would love to pick him up if we could steal him, but if we take him at 39 or 41, I'm not going to be upset either because he's a massive human being that would plug holes and clog things up for us beautifully to help the other guys. And even himself would get tons of pressures. You see 4 sacks this last year, 6 the year before, 3 the year before that, and very high grades his entire time at Kentucky. So I like Deion Walker a lot. I'm a big fan. I would love the Bears to draft him if he falls there. Let me know what you guys think, though, because this is a good option for the Bears. This is a good option. I would like this. Till next time, Dub Bears and bear down.